What's your favorite movie quote? All right, what's my favorite movie quote? uh Favorite movie quote, there is a one movie about Iron Man first. In that movie, the Tony Stark says, I always run before I walk. Okay, like it's kind of like a something really that it inspire me a lot. This quote or this dialogue is kind of like something that inspire me a lot. It's a kind of like a something really that don't really worry about the 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 problems and everything. Okay, if you are kind of like a something scared of your problem, just run towards that problem. Okay, it's a kind of like a something, the only solution that you have is like that ki if you are kind of like a something waiting for the problem to solve and this and that, don't really wait. Okay, just run towards that. Okay, so basically is this thing other people, and that makes you kind of like something different than normal person, because other people walk towards the problem but you are kind of like a run towards the problem, which kind of like a something really very unique. So that's why just like that ki Iron Man, and it just kind of like the quote of the movie is kind of like a something really different, or kind of like a something like that ki people will admire, people will kind of like assume something really different meaning. Okay, let me tell you one thing about the scenario, and why, when does this quote is actually kind of like applicable for that. Okay, so is that ki when Iron Man makes the suit. Okay, not the first time, second time when he come to the his house, and when he try to make his Mark 1 suit, sorry, Mark 2 suit. Okay, the silver wala suit. Okay, so basically is this thing, the intelligent, like the robot means kind of like the inside of the intelligent artificial intelligence says, Jarvis says that okay, do you want to proceed this thing as a slowly, or kind of like a something really that as a fly, like basically he wants to kind of like a something really something really test for a flying thing. So he doesn't really say that ki nahi, I just wants to know. He just say that ki I I always run before I walk. So it's a kind of like a something like that ki he meant to be do this thing by at this moment. He just like he didn't really wait. Okay, like people do kind of like a walk towards the problem, walk towards thing, walk towards kind of like a scary thing, but he's not. He's Tony Stark, and he's not afraid of anything, and he just run towards the problem, he run towards this and that probably. Okay, I don't know, just like I feel really inspired from that quote, and I just felt like that key. I don't know. It's just like I haven't really forget that. Oh, I always run before I walk. It's a kind of like a something really the representation of confidence of that Tony Stark, and as also the confidence. Yes, yes, like confidence. And I don't know. It's just like Tony Stark is a very confident guy. He's just like that. Key, like basically Superman, Batman. Every person is actually scared of his being some sort of man, but Iron Man is not scared of any of thing. Iron Man is a kind of like a something we appreciate that key what he does and what he will become, and what he will kind of like a something consequences in the society, and he willing to accept that thing, and didn't really scared or didn't really ashamed or didn't really kind of like a something like that key. I don't know. He's a very confident person. If you compare him to the accepting power of a Superman, Batman, like every people are bitterly struggling, but Iron Man is publicly accept that ki he is Iron Man from the day when he was telling that ki yes, I am the Iron Man. He was not kind of like a something like guy in a suit. No, he is Iron Man. Okay, so so probably this quote is I don't know. It bit really inspire me a really lot, and yeah, there is also another quote. Okay, the movie name is Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. Okay, and the dialogue is कहीं से कहीं पर पहुंचने के लिए कहीं से निकलना ज़रूरी होता है. So this is the dialogue which inspired me a really lot. Okay, by the way, this dialogue is actually written by Aryan Mukherjee. He's the director of that movie. But let me tell you one thing that I just like this quote is like, I don't know, this quote or this dialogue is like really amazing. It says that कि कहीं पर पहुंचने के लिए कहीं से निकलना ज़रूरी होता है. Why is kind of like something very meant to be is that कि like like it inspired me a lot, and there are several reasons for that. First of all is that ki, from the beginning I always want to be a kind of like a something a filmmaker, kind of like a something really on the creative field. Okay, yeah. But after I complete my education, I was not really sure about this thing. Why? Because of that key, I didn't really have any guidance, I didn't really have anything. The people are around me or surrounding me as not really have that much culture. And as also people are kind of like a something assuming that key, if you chose this career as a filmmaker or as a kind of like a director, you will kind of like a something lose everything, or kind of like you will not become. It's a kind of like a something that, like I am belong to the kind of like a something very very middle class family, जहाँ पे लोगों के सपने काफ़ी काफ़ी कंजस्टेड होते हैं. लाइक लोगों के सपने में से दे जस्ट वांट्स टू देयर चाइल्ड एज अ डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर. But it's just like that the parents didn't really kind of like a consider them as their child is kind of like a something like filmmaker or director. No, because of that it's a very scary occupation, and probably they it's kind of like a something scary that will he be able to earn money or not. So that's why most of the people are bitterly conservative about this kind of like a something like the career choices. Okay, but yeah, it's just like that. So that's why I haven't really kind of like a something like talk to the my parents वगैरह. Like I talked to the parents, but obviously they didn't really give me a permission. And as also is this thing, if I want to become a filmmaker, it requires some sort of thing. One of the thing is money. Okay, and money, yeah, thoda bahut paisa, and I don't really have any kind of like a something money. So it's just like that after I complete my education, I started doing my job. Okay, and my initial plan was that ki I just have to do my job and simultaneously I just have to do filmmaking. Okay, but unfortunately it didn't really happen, by the way. Didn't really happen because of that ki after I did my job I didn't really have any energy or anything, and I just like basically I just lose everything. Okay, like I didn't really have that much energy to focus on filmmaking and things like that. Okay, so it's been 4 year of my job, and like I did this almost like a 4 year of job, and during this job there is only one thing is actually kept me kept me kind of like a something struggling to me, that key, if you want to be a filmmaker, that is only one thing that you should supposed to do is quit the job and do your filmmaking. Okay, it's a kind of like a something only one way that you have. Okay, but every time I try to think about it, it just like I just kind of like a like I think I thought about that ki why should you supposed to choose this kind of like a pathway, that ki you are earning this much amount of money na, so that is okay. Okay, but it's just like still inside of me it's kind of like something bothering me. I'm not really good with my job and things like that, and it's like that ki, yeah, it's just kind of like still inside of me is actually hurting me, and and this quote is kind of like I just realize or memorize this quote again and again every day in the artifact episode, that key, if I want to become filmmaker I should supposed to be quit this job and do the filmmaking. Okay, it's not kind of like a something simultaneous thing. Okay, so yeah, and this quote is a kind of like a something became one of my favorite quote. Okay, yeah, and it works, by the way, it works. Yes. uh Next question.